Welcome to Intel Course 2015. Let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Doan Thi and I am studying translation and interpretation. In this presentation, I want to introduce you my final product for this course. That's my unit portfolio. I'm in charge of Unit 5, Foreign Parts, in the FCE Masterclass coursebook. My unit portfolio contains 5 main folders. Those are Assessment, Student Sample, Student Support, Teacher Support, and Unit Plan. In the Assessment folders, I put some kinds of assessment rubric to assess my student progress, such as KWL chart, presentation scoring rubric, self-assessment and peer assessment rubric, goal setting, and peer feedback form. This is the KWL chart, which allows students to note down what they have known as well as what they want to know through this topic. And this is the goal setting assessment. Using this assessment, students will have a chance to look back on their previous studying, to identify which skill and aspect they are good at and which they are not. They also have to set goals for the units they are going to study. The goals are required to be specific and practical. Here is the presentation scoring rubric. When students prepare for their presentation, I will send this rubric to their group leader so they can base on those criteria to have a well preparation. On the day of presentation, each member in class will assess the performance of the presentation group through this assessment. I will also base on those criteria to give them feedback. And here is the self-assessment rubric, which is also used for peer assessment in class. Students firstly assess themselves, then they will receive another similar assessment, but it is assessed by their friends. Students will have chance to make comparison between their own thinking and others people thinking about their performance, so that they can make suitable adjustment. Next is the student sample folder, where I put in a presentation about the present simple tense, just as a guideline because my students will have to make a presentation about past tense in the next few weeks. And in the student support folders, I provide my students with extra materials for them to practice and a vocabulary notebook. This is the vocabulary notebook for Unit 5, so when they encounter any new words, they will look it up in the dictionary and note it down in this notebook. It will be much easier for them to revise when it comes to final exam. And here are some exercises that I give my students to practice. And the teacher support folder includes materials and sources which support me in the progress of implementing the unit plan. Now I will move to the unit plan folder, which includes the unit plan for Unit 5, Foreign Parts. First, let's take a look at my unit overview. In the unit summary section, I have summarized some major points in this unit. Particularly, in this unit, students will learn about some foreign parts of the world, as well as the culture of each part. Students will achieve a wide range of vocabulary related to traveling through reading and vocabulary tests. Students will learn how to use tense appropriately in telling facts and expressing their mind. They also do some writing tests to tell about their trips and how they feel about it. Students also have chance to express themselves through public speaking activities. The subject area of this unit is about human activity, particularly it is related to traveling, and this unit is scheduled for students of grade 12. The approximate time needed is 3 weeks, 2 periods per week, and each period lasts for 15 minutes. About the targeted content standards and benchmarks, I have applied the Iowa course content standard about the literacy aspect and the common core state standard for the English language art for the presentational communication and interpersonal communication aspect. Now we will move to the learning outcomes of this unit. After studying this unit, students will be able to differentiate tense and apply them proficiently, distinguish the uses of some words related to sea traveling. They will be able to identify and summarize a sequence of events, main ideas, and supporting details. They will write effectively for a variety of academic and social topics. They also know how to prepare, organize, and deliver an engaging oral presentation. And the most important, they will recognize different points of view and work effectively with others to support a shared purpose or goal. And here is the curriculum framing questions of my unit, which include 3 types of questions: essential questions, unit question, and content questions. Now we move to the assessment timeline of this unit. Before the project begins, I will use brainstorming, goal setting, and KWL chart. During the project, I will apply the questioning and discussion activities. Students will use the vocabulary notebook, self-assessment and peer assessment rubrics, as well as the presentation scoring rubric. After project work is completed, I will apply the scoring guide and reflection assessment. And here is the summary of my unit assessment. Students are asked to brainstorm ideas and terms related to the topic and form connections between prior knowledge and the knowledge they are going to learn. The KWL chart will support the brainstorming activity as it allows students to note what they want to know about the topic. The goal setting assessment will help students to set their learning goals in this unit. During the lesson, students are asked to discuss and work in groups to enhance their collaboration skill. The self-assessment and peer assessment rubrics will help students to assess the progress, thinking, learning of their own and of their friends also. The presentation scoring rubric will act as a scale of criteria which students have to meet to get a good result. And finally, the teachers will give feedback and mark student performance. Now we move to the instructional procedure. On the first day, I will introduce the unit as well as do some small activity to pick up my student interest in the topic they are going to learn. And then in the listening section, I will give my students some methods for them to make the most of their listening task. On day 2, I use it for teaching vocabulary to help my students to distinguish some complicated and easy to be mistaken words such as voyage, cruise, and journeys. Moving to week 2, it's time for phrasal verbs and use of English section. Students will be involved in some group activities, which is a chance for them to enhance their collaboration skill. At the end, I make some notes about the preparation for the next group activity. And the next period will be for students to make their presentation. The final week, students will learn reading and writing sections. And the last day is scheduled for speaking activity, where students have to work in pair and then in group. To close the unit, I will summarize, give comments on my students' strong points, and tell the class what they need to improve for better studying. And this is the end of my unit portfolio. Thank you very much for your attention.